Okay, what's happening, people? Jono here from Fitness Education Online. Welcome to our channel if it's your first time on here. And it's actually a specific series. If you've landed on this video here, I've got a specific series which is all about social media marketing tips for fitness professionals. What I've done is I've gone and sought out the 10 best social media marketing professionals, specifically for fitness professionals in the world, and they're going to give you their top 3 tips in less than 10 minutes. Now, I'm going to shoot over and give them a bit of an introduction in a second. Just before I do that, let me tell you that we've also got another series, which is business tips in general. So this one here is all social media marketing. We've got another one, which is business based. Now, I've interviewed the same people on both of them because they're very closely related, obviously. So it's the same introduction for both. So if you get to the introduction and you're like, well, hold on, haven't I heard this exact same introduction before? Yes, it has. I've just used the same introduction. You could call it, I don't know whether it's lazy on my behalf or it's just smart or time efficient on my behalf. I like to call it smart and time efficient. You can call it what you want. But anyway, let me introduce this week's guest. Got an absolute legend this week here, especially in the online space. And we all know what it's like in the how to get clients online personal training world, right? Every week there's a new expert popping up, but this person's been in the space longer than anyone I know. He's an absolute OG in the area. So without further ado, let me introduce the one and only Mr. AJ Mihrzad.
My 3 best social media tips. Number 1, the power of vulnerability. As we both know, social media is a place where people show their, front, their highlight reels, but they never show the backstage, the reality. Most people are scared to show their failures. I was one of them. All right. I used to be too cool for school, showing off my body, my cool lifestyle, how happy I am, how much I love my life, my relationship. But behind the scenes, I was crying. I was miserable. And I was just really upset, like most people. I have ups, I have downs. And one day I made a decision. You know what? This year, I'm going to be as honest as possible, brutally honest. When things are bad, I'm going to talk about it. When things are good, I'm going to tell the honest truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to share the whole thing, right? Just be fully transparent. So in my experiment, it was quite fascinating because I remember the first time I shared my super honest post. This was a close friend of mine. They committed suicide and I was very depressed and down and out about it. And in the post, I shared my own depression, my own anxiety. I had really bad drug addictions when I was younger. And I pretty much just pulled back the kimono and shared everything. And I was so scared. I remember pressing public on the post and then I turned everything off and I go, hide it in my bed. It's like, I don't know what happens. I was so nervous that people are going to yell at me, laugh at me, be like, you loser, you pathetic loser, what's wrong with you? But thankfully, it turned out way better than I expected. It was my most highest engaged post of the year. And at the same time, I got a ton of shares. And a lot of people said, wow, AJ, I have a newfound respect for you. I thought you were like Mr. Perfect. Things went well for you. You're always so positive, but I never knew you overcame these challenges to see who you are. And that's the power of vulnerability, right? The best storyline, whether it's in books and movies and a business, is a hero's journey. And the hero's journey has ups and downs. Joseph Campbell created this amazing process where every single human connects to it, right? The superhero movies, Harry Potter books, you name it. You have your own hero's journey. And when you share your origin, the challenges, all the things you overcame, and how you became the person you are today, it becomes so powerful and so inspirational for your social media. And let's say things are not that bad right now, but maybe 5, 10, 20 years ago, things were pretty damn rough. We all have embarrassing, tragic stories. If you prefer to go in the past, you will not be, in trouble in the present, right? So I could talk about 10 years ago, some of the crappiest, horrible things I deeply regret doing, but I say, here's what I did. Here's how bad my life was. Here's what I'm ashamed of. And this is what I did to overcome it. And that's why here's my inspiration to share with you right now. I find you could share the most tragic and most difficult thing. And if you end it in an inspirational way, it'll inspire people into action. Number 2, this is something that took me a while to do. I only started about 5 years ago, but once I did, holy cow, my whole life changed. This is posting videos on social media. So I personally have an online business, and the only way I could connect with people is through video because most of my clients Jonah being one of them. I've never met them in person. I always connect with them online. We're just in a whole nother world. Most of my clients will never even see me in person to give me money. We have online transactions. There's a lot of trust, and the only way you could do that is the power of video. Sure, text is great. Audio is awesome, but the best way to connect with your audience is video. And another thing we all saw this year was COVID and the fact that most people are going towards video-based communication. So like it or not, video is here to stay. And there's only be better and more advanced video structures and social medias in time to come. So that being said, get good at video. Okay. So when I did my first video, I sucked really, really bad. Being vulnerable, I was nervous. I used to stutter when I was younger. So I kept on messing up, take after take after take. I was doing this video until 1 o'clock in the morning. It was like literally 100 takes. Finally, I caved in and I took a shot of vodka, one big fat shot down the hatch. I was a new man. I was pretty buzzed, but I got the video done. That did it for me. I didn't mess up. Sure, I slurred a little bit and I was all over the place, but I got the video done and I posted it and my whole life changed. The first one is always the hardest. Now I've done about 1,000 videos, right? I've done 2 or 3 videos a day consistently, lives. I teach obviously video marketing. So I started off being really crappy. Now I got pretty damn decent. And the cool thing about video is you get better and better and better each time. Now I batch film my videos, 10 to 15 videos in one sitting, where I'll do back-to-back 2 to 3 minute videos. Now I could do it in one shot, one take, it's all over. Again, it took me 3-4 hours to do a 2-minute video. Now I could do it in one take. So the more you do it, the better you get. So if you don't use it, you lose it. And the third one, this is super duper important. It's the power of using other people's audiences. Okay. Now you have paid traffic that costs a lot of money, takes a lot of time to acquire, or you could use other people's audiences to grow your audience. And this is something that I do oftentimes, a lot of people do as well. It's looking at who in your network has a really big audience and how can you collaborate with them, right? One of the best ways to collaborate is to do an interview. Okay. Once I understood this, I said, I'm going to go and interview my highest engaged people that have the biggest audiences so I could be in front of their tribes. They could share our interview and I could find new followers and connect with new people. So let's say someone has a following of 50,000 people. If you do a good enough job where you have them on a podcast or a Facebook Live, or Instagram Live, some type of interview, and you showcase their skills, you fluff them up, make them look good, but at the same time, show your intellect and your wisdom, show that you care as well, they will share that video or tag themselves in it. And from there, their audience immediately goes to watch it because the audience already loves them and has a relationship with them, and you get showcased as well, and you grow your followers. So if someone has a very small amount of followers, start to figure out how you could collaborate with other people in your audience, where you could interview them or you could work on something where you're adding value to them. Or maybe say, you know what, you have this big audience and I'm an expert at sales. I'm an expert at fitness. I'm an expert at mindset. Can I do a free training for your people? Most people will say yes. If you offer it, you promise not to sell, because they're so busy making content, it'll allow them to take a break and allow you to create something for the audience. Another way is really sharing other people's stuff. Now, I'll give Jonah a lot of credit for this. He's really smart at this. He does this more because he also loves the content. He loves what people are sharing. But as he's sharing other people's stuff, oftentimes they retweet it, reshare it, and of course they acknowledge it, right? So you have someone who has, let's say, 1 million followers, and you're sharing their stuff and you're tagging them, you're doing it in a very tasteful way, they will follow you. They'll repost you to their audience. And again, someone who already has a big audience, even if 10% of their followers come check out your stuff, you're going to get a lot of new followers. So it's really understanding the power of collaboration and creating win-win relationships, joint ventures, and adding value in a multitude of different ways so you could have other people start following you, especially like-minded people that are already aligned with that person's vision. Soon enough, they're going to be your own followers and you'll grow an audience that size as well.
Okay, thank you, AJ. So everyone watching this, if you like the video, just hit the like button and leave us a comment below. It really helps with our YouTube channel and helps grow it. What I would love to do is invite you into our closed Facebook group. At Fitness Education Online, we have the largest Facebook group in the world for fitness professionals. There's like 14,000 of us in there. We all share tips and ideas. I'd love to invite you in there. The link's down below in the description. And if you want to hear more about AJ, where do we go to hear more about you?
Yes, so I would love to connect with you. First and foremost, the best place is my website, Online SuperCoach.com. On there, you'll have all of my books, my events, my podcast, my webinars, and various free courses and certifications I've created over the past decade for the fitness community. Now, one of the best ways for you to even get started is I have a free trial that'll allow you to grow your business, to attract your ideal online clients, sell your services at a high level, and most importantly, how to serve through a virtual infrastructure. It'll teach you how to take your in-person superpowers and scale an online process with it. If you go on my website, you'll see a portion that says free trial, and it's actually a free process that will give you all the tools and an entire course on to build your business and really everything you need, all the tools, templates, and systems. And of course, coaching. We have a coach that works with you one-on-one to build everything out step by step. And if you find my weird name on Google, you'll find my social media. My name is AJ Mihrzad, AJ Mihrzad. If you type it on Google, you'll find my Facebook, Instagram. Those are the main two that I use. And if you add me, I'll add you back. Send me a message. Say you listen to me on this video podcast, and I'll be more than happy to respond to you. I'm an open book. I love chatting. I love supporting and helping, and I'm very accessible. So add me on there. Send me a message. I'll follow you back, and we'll connect.
So that's it for today's episode. I would love to invite you into the Fitness Education Online community Facebook group if you're not in there already. It's a free Facebook group. There's thousands of trainers in there. We all share tips and ideas. Everyone's super supportive. And that's really what we do at Fitness Education Online. So I'll see you in there.